We're here with the player ratings of Arsenal 4, Leeds 0, the game that was played at the Elland Road, and it really put out a very huge gap, though Man City is trying to close it right about now. Aston Villa is going to hit to be beaten by Brentford, and they are now 6-7 points behind Arsenal, and Man City is leading Tottenham Hotspur by 2-0 by the time of recording. So we don't know whether things will change because Pamet Asa has been brought on the pitch by the manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I'd like to see you guys put up a very big show in here and really see to it that you guys take us places in here. So Man United, for your information, was going to win by 3-2, 3 consecutive games in a row by the club of Man United, beating City, beating Arsenal, and now beating Fulham at Old Trafford, though it had to be that late winner of Benjamin Sesko to really give United that goal lead that they went ahead to obviously enjoy in there for you. So that is all about Man United, and they've gone ahead to put out a very big show in there for you. So from there, we get to David Raya. He kept a clean sheet. And I think he deserves an 8 out of 10, you know. Getting to Julian Timber, obviously, very impressive attacking wise, got a yellow card, and then had to obviously maintain himself and really kept himself in the game to not concede a second one, you know. And I thought the manager was at a certain point tempted to bring in Benjamin White, but it was like White has a very huge role to play on Tuesday as Arsenal takes on a team known as Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. So Julian Timber, 8.5 out of 10. Ricardo Carafiero, returning from injury, came up and really put out a very huge shift for the club of Arsenal, and I really loved his performances in there for you. And an 8 out of 10, he deserves it as a Ricardo Carafiero, and I really loved what he put out on the field of play as a player for the club of Arsenal in there for you. Central defense, Gabriel Magalhaes, Big Gabi, 8 out of 10. Saliba, also 8 out of 10 for me into that centre-back pairing in there. Then we head to the midfield. Martin Zubimendi, 9 out of 10. Scored the opener, and he was really crucial, shielding that back four for not obviously conceding a goal in there for you. Taking his tally to 4, he is really enjoying his season, and his debut at the club of Arsenal is really all rosy as for now. Having gone ahead to obviously see to it that Arsenal went ahead to concede a goal, all 2 goals against Man United, he came up and obviously went ahead to exonerate himself into this season. He gets a 9 out of 10. Then we go to Kai Havertz, 7.5 out of 10 for me. I never saw anything positive that he did on the field of play. He was really ghosting in that game, and he never really lived up to the expectations as he played in the midweek. But I know coming from injury calls in for that, because you have to really get the match fitness levels in there. That is Kai Havertz for you. Then we get to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, 8 out of 10 for me, for Declan Rice, you know, covering huge distance, showing intent to obviously cause threat at the goal of the opponent, tracking back with his massive pace in there. He was really that guy. So he takes an 8 out of 10. We go to Noni Madueke. Today, the Premier League has gone ahead to obviously give the second goal to Noni Madueke, meaning that he created the first goal and created the second one. 2 goal involvements for Noni Madueke in there for you, and obviously it comes out to be one of those performances that he is sending to the manager that even if Saka is injured, I can help you do the job and do the needful, and really trust me to see to it that I really get onto the levels where I'm supposed to be playing at as a player for the side of Arsenal in there for you. So 1 goal, 1 assist, 9.5 out of 10. You know, that is Madueke for you. Trossard, 7.5 out of 10. You know, he was really known at at par into that game. We get to the striker. Jokari is scoring 1 goal. I think he gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. That is Victor Gyökeres for you. So that is the starting 11 for the club of Arsenal, but later changes were really made. Odegaard came in through for Kai Havertz. Got involved in 2 goals, but one was his assist. And the other one, he registered a secondary assist. I think he takes an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Let me give him a 9, because getting involved in 2 goals doesn't call in for an 8 alone, but it really calls in for 9. That is a 9 plus performance in there. We get to Martinelli, who came in through for Noni Madueke, an assist. I think he also finds himself in a position of really getting in an 8.5 out of 10 into that particular fixture. And we get to Gabriel Jesus coming off the bench, scoring a very beautiful goal. That is an 8.5 out of 10 from that lad. And he put out a very, very beautiful show on the night. That is Gabriel Jesus. And the skill set that he used, into that goal was really out of this world. When you really reminisce of his first touch and the way he went ahead to receive that ball, put it out in there, and went ahead to curl it into the left bottom corner, it was really world-class and exquisite. That's a player who can pull out a moment of magic, swamped by close to 3 defenders. He went ahead to obviously do that magical first touch, and he felt like he was obviously going to be doing the needful, and he really went ahead to take it at ball in the back of the net. That is a player who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus in there. The other player that came on, I think Hincapie started and Carafiori came on. So Hincapie, 8 out of 10. That is it. Ebelechi Eze, 7.5 out of 10. I think more is still needed from Ebelechi Eze. Good player, but he needs to obviously do the needful and really put out a very huge shift as compared to the players that play onto that left side. That is it for him, but I think in the midweek, he'll obviously get a chance to start in the Carabao Cup semi-final, where Arsenal sees themselves playing against Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium, my people. And I tell you, a lot comes with that. So he needs to obviously come up and really put out a very big show, to see to it that the manager really gets to the levels of obviously reconsidering him to the starting 11. And with all those players returning, it means a lot for the side of Ebelechi Eze, because competition is really stiff and he needs to look out in his best shape ever to convince Mikel Arteta to obviously come into that team. That is it. So guys, thank you very much for obviously watching in, and Mikel Arteta, 8.5 out of 10. So my man of the match for me is Noni Madueke. A goal and an assist. I tell you, remember what makes him special on that day is that he never at any one point, he never at any one point knew that he was going to start. Even in the match prep, the previous day in the morning, he knew to it that Bukayo Saka was going to be into the starting 11. You understand? But all in all, it never really went that way. And it resulted into a club known as Arsenal throwing him in. And that shows you how ever ready he was into that. So I'm out. And thank you very much for checking through. Rokani David is my name. I sign out and see you later when we really get to this game. Man City has conceded. It's now 2-1. So I called in for a draw for this particular fixture. And I wait to see how things really pan out by the time the referee puts the whistle onto his mouth in there for you. That is it for the club of Arsenal. And second video of the day, early morning video, was a live stream, and we really talked hugely for like 30 minutes. And Man City, when the game is done, I'll obviously come up with a match reaction for you, my people here. I love you, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 29,000 subscribers. Ciao, ciao.